from Democrats and from Democrats in office. And I have to say that at our State Central Committee meeting and in the newspaper interviews, Chairman Colon just came right out and said, this is a civil rights issue.
Yeah.
And it really meant a lot to me, and it meant a lot to a lot of people. So I just wanted to say that.
Well, thank you, and I know that there's nobody in the room that would have expected me to pass up a chance to say a few words. and I'm going to be very brief and tell you that it's just another opportunity for me to express some gratitude to some people that have been very instrumental in the success the Democrats had in November. I want to say, first of all, what you've seen this evening is about 40 minutes of one of the most dynamic, young political figures, not in New Mexico, but in the entire United States. That young man is one of the youngest people on the board for the National Association of Latino Elected Officials. He's on the leadership track for that. In fact, we can be very proud that our Secretary of State actually was just elected president of Vallejo. And in fact, we'll be doing some events in the near future to honor her for that. But I got to tell you that he has been blazing trails for the last 2 years in that office. And if you are reading about the State Auditor's office, that must mean he's doing something.
That's right.
And so I want to congratulate him for having the fortitude, the courage to stand up and fight for what's right, and being able to move that office forward and make it transparent and accessible to each and every one of us. Because really, that's what Democracy for New Mexico has always stood for. That's what Democracy for New Mexico and Democracy for America has always stood for. When I first took over the Democratic Party of New Mexico, I said that I wanted to run the party in an energetic, inclusive, and fair manner. And one of the things that I always do is I reflect upon my actions, and I wonder, well, what would happen if I went to the DFA or the DFNM meeting, and what is their response going to be to my action on any given issue? And I want to say thank you to Barbara and Mary Ellen, and to the person who really set the compass for me when I decided to run for state party chair, and that is Howard Dean.
Yes.
It was Howard Dean that said he wanted a 50-state strategy. That's where I got my 33-county strategy from.
Yeah.
So I wasn't very bright, although I can't take credit for going to law school and having Hector pull me through. But really, it was Howard Dean, his leadership, his vision for the party that inspired me to run for Democratic Party chairman. I've been honored to serve for 2 years. I was honored to have Barbara and Mary Ellen's support in my re-election, and each of you, so many of you are on the State Central Committee, and you weren't there before you got engaged through this organization. And that's, again, to the credit of grassroots organizing in New Mexico, which has forever changed, particularly the way we do Democratic politics in Bernalillo County. Now, you'll remember that right before the election, particularly for the primary, I came, and I try and come quarterly. I try and come at least once a quarter, whether I need it or not, I come to the meeting. And it's always uplifting, and I appreciate it very much. But one of the things that I said when I provided a few remarks about 6 or 8 months ago, I said, you know, 2 years ago we wouldn't have seen this, but now when we look at the Democratic primary and the general election, almost every single candidate that was worth their salt came to this organization and asked you for your support. And you had an opportunity to ask them questions that were important to you, whether it was about clean elections, whether it was about the way we handle our investments in New Mexico, or whether it was about the way we run the city of Albuquerque. You've had the opportunity to reach out and make a difference in those elections. So I want to say thank you to this organization. I want to say thank you to our state auditor. I want to say thank you to one of the best county chairs in the state. And I also want to give a shout out to somebody who I don't always agree with. Or maybe it's that she doesn't always agree with me. I'm not sure. But Sarah does a great job for the unions in New Mexico. My wife is a member of the and every week when I look at her paycheck and I see the deduction, I take a little pride in that. And I just want to say thank you for the work the unions do in New Mexico. I have no misgivings. The success we enjoyed in November 2008 had to do with two very big things. The grassroots movement that Obama ignited and sparked and burned this country up with, and the way that labor came to the table to make a difference and change the direction of the country for decades to come. So I thank President Obama, I thank our leadership at the grassroots level, and I thank